Hi guys, this is Mr. Smith, and we just traveled to the sun. If you remember in our last episode, we talked all about the sun. It's 93 million miles away. This is a spacecraft that I built. I didn't really build it in real life. And it's studying the sun. So, just like we did in our last episode. So today we're going to go someplace different. Today we're going to go to Mercury. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to Mercury. So let's look at the star chart. I think we'll go that way. Solar system chart. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. This is the map I showed you before. So, hello, grab on. Okay, so we're going to zoom in. We're going to look at Mercury as the first planet. There's still a lot of space between the sun and Mercury. And that's important. We'll talk about that later. But, so here's Mercury, first planet. So we're going to go there right now. Here we go, traveling to Mercury. So Mercury is the closest planet to the sun, like I already said. It's a bit bigger than the Earth's moon. Not much, though. It has no moons and no rings. It takes Mercury 88 days to orbit the sun. So that's quite a bit shorter than our year. Does anyone know how long a year is on Earth? A year is 365 days. This year it's 366 days because it's leap year. That's a whole other story. So Mercury, you would think, because it's so close to the sun, would be the hottest planet, but it's actually not. We'll find out what the hottest planet is later in the series. But it's not Mercury. Mercury is 800 degrees Fahrenheit during the day on this side. On this side, where it's nighttime, it is minus 290 degrees. So it gets very, very cold. Remember, freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This is minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's really, really cold. Mercury does have a little tiny bit of an atmosphere, but not enough to sustain life, not enough to hold in heat. But it is made up of oxygen, sodium, potassium, and helium. So now we're going to cut away to Universe Sandbox so I can show you a few things about Mercury, and then we're going to come back here. So guys, for this part of the video, we're in Universe Sandbox again. So we're talking about Mercury, right? So let's see what happens if we make Mercury. It's already the closest planet to the sun. Let's see what happens if we make it a little bit closer. So we can already tell from this, the surface temperature is around 160 degrees Celsius. So I would think if we made it closer, it would get hotter. What do you guys think? So I'm going to pause. I'm going to edit. We're going to move Mercury closer to the sun. Now you can see the little projected orbit path it's going to have. So we'll just move it a little bit and then we'll see what happens and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to unpause the video. So it took on this weird orbit. It's a little bit closer. I'm going to have to slow it down so I can grab it because it's moving too fast. So let's see how warm it is on Mercury now. Hello, why aren't you working? So now Mercury is like twice as hot. Almost, it's more than twice as hot. It's goes from 356 degrees Celsius to like 335. So it fluctuates based on how close it is to the sun. But we definitely made a difference moving it closer to the sun. It's also orbiting faster. It's fluctuating too much to really say, but definitely made a difference when we moved Mercury closer. Let's stop it and let's see what happens if we move it farther away. Alright, so we're going to pause it again. Let's take Mercury, move it farther out. So this might be dangerous because I think it's kind of close to Venus. So do we think it will affect Venus's orbit? It might. So I'm going to unpause the video now. we'll see what happens. So it's actually... it's almost on the same orbit as Venus now. Let's see what the temperature is. Hello? Hello? Come on! Oh, it's still in edit mode. Sorry. Alright. So now the average surface temperature is around 80 degrees Celsius, so it's a lot cooler. And it's moving a lot slower, I think. Yeah, it's moving a lot slower. So the gravity of the sun affects it more when it's closer. And it also gets hotter, obviously, when it's closer. So I wonder if it's affected Venus. Oh, we didn't really look at Venus before we moved Mercury. I wonder if they would ever collide. That would be an interesting thing to figure out. Alright. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to move back to... I'm going to go back to Space Engine for this next part, and we're going to finish up there. Hey guys, I'm back, and the average distance, we're going to land on Mercury while I tell you that the average distance of Mercury from Earth is 85 million miles. So it's pretty far away. How long would it take to get there? I'm going to tell you while we land. Here we go, we're landing. So the Mariner 10 took 147 days to travel from Earth to Mercury. Other ships have taken longer than that. Did we freeze? We did not freeze. So this is Mercury. You can see space because the atmosphere is so thin. You'll see on other planets, you can actually, it actually looks like when you're on Earth and the atmosphere has kind of a color to it, and that's a cool, I love that. The nebulas and stuff. That's the sun. The sun's very close when you're on Mercury. It's very hot. You gotta wear sunscreen. So anyways, guys, that's Mercury. Next, we're gonna do the next planet, which is Venus. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something and have a great day. Bye, guys.